Hmm. Those of you that are on, I know you're muted, but can you hear me? If you can, let me know. Yes. Okay, perfect. Make sure you're muting yourself when you come on. If it doesn't mute you automatically, make sure that you're doing that just to keep the line nice and clear. It automatically records right when we start, so anything that's kind of messing around in the background, it'll pick that up too. So mute yourself when you come on if it doesn't mute you automatically. You'll want to grab something to write with and something to take notes on, because we've got a brand new program to talk about. So we want to make sure we're taking notes so that we can share it in the best way possible. Hey, Brooke, what time is it over there? Is it 9:30? 10:30? Time is it over in the United Kingdom? 8:30. 8:30. We're only 4 hours now. All right.
Yeah, till we hit daylight savings in about a week.
Oh, we have different daylight savings.
Yeah, I think, is ours next weekend?
Oh,
I think it's like the 20. I think it's like the 25th or something. So
soon.
it's soon. And then we'll get the time lag and the jet lag from an hour.
I see Colin is on here, and he's sort of Illana's, for lack of a better word, Colin, what should I call you? Her handler? I see he's on, but he's muted.
Handler's perfect.
It's like Disney, you're her handler.
Precisely.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, Julie. How are you?
I didn't know you were going to be on this call.
Yeah, man. I'm on it. I know. We sent you an email today. I was copied on it, and then you responded and you took me off the red. They're like, she took you off the red. I'm like, I don't think she took me off the red. I think she probably didn't realize I'd be on the call.
I think I do. Yay! That's exciting.
Hello. Yeah. Awesome. How are you?
I'm great. We had a bunch of snow here today, which is all gone now, but I was just in LA last weekend, and it was not very warm, so I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, well, I'm in New York, and there's a major storm. Yeah, I know you were here. I was like, I didn't have your number. Yeah, it's massively snowing, and I need to get home before I can't get home. But last I saw that you were in New York, and I was like, and then I just should have asked Tanya or somebody how to get a hold of you directly. But
for sure. Yeah, we were in New York for a quick weekend, and then went to LA for a quick weekend. So this happened to be the same, coast to coast in the same week. It was pretty cool.
Cool. So anyway, first of all, it's I'm on my phone, so usually I'm on my laptop, so I can see like 9,000 people. I can see like everybody. Now I'm scrolling through, but oh my God, wait, how many people are you expecting on this call?
You know, it's hard to tell because it's, as you know, it's 4:30
weird time.
So It's a weird time, and they are very aware that we're working with her time slots and her schedule. So we were just grateful to get a slot in that, and whoever's on, we're recording it. So, we're good with
Hi.
and I've got a little, some info to share with them about her whenever she's on and she's ready to rock and roll.
Well, two things. I'll say a couple things because I'm in the office and I'm going to try to head home so I don't get stuck here for the day. So I'm going to say a few things, kick it off to you guys, but and I'll just listen on my way home. But first of all, I just want to say hello to everybody, welcome everybody, and tell everyone how excited. Julie, you seem surprised that I was on the call, but I've been working on this project since Illana was interviewing for a job at Beachbody. Yeah. So Illana and I've been working closely for, I think it's been going on like 2 years, right, Illana?
Wow.
But I've been with the company for, 14 years, forever, before there was a Sean T. And
you're the reason there's a Sean T. You are why there's a Sean T.
You're sweet. He was here actually with Scott, and I got to meet babies the other day. So that was super exciting. But in any event, I'm super. But for many of you here who don't know, me, I'm born and raised in New York. Worked for Beachbody for 14 years. Moved to LA for the job when I met Carl because I was like, oh my God, I just need to work with this guy and work for this company. And it's been an awesome ride ever since. But always, and I have used to be overweight, 50 pounds heavier than I am now, where I have struggled with my weight, most of my entire life. And despite the fact that all the exercise I used to do, like I just ate huge amounts of food. Like I was healthy, but I just ate huge amounts of food. And I somehow managed to get my food under control. But one of the things Carl always jokes around, he's like, you're the person in the company who you create all these amazing fitness programs, but you're like the laziest person around. And we've really for literally 14 years, I've been looking for a weight loss diet program. Cause it's really, I feel like food and what you put in your body is so, so, so important. And literally, it took forever, but when I met Illana, and we were talking about having her be a nutrition at Beachbody, and then I went out to dinner with her and I heard her whole story, and you guys are going to hear it in a few minutes. But basically, she's a registered dietitian. She's born and raised in New York, lives out in Los Angeles now where she's practicing, and I have had one of the most rewarding professional experiences of my career, meeting her, working with her, learning about her program, developing this program, which was just inspiring and challenging. And then of course running test groups in New York and multiple coach test groups now. And we're at the front door to almost launching the 2B mindset. So it's been a long, long road. And I will say that for whatever weight loss struggles I've had and success I've achieved in keeping my weight off, I have always been an emotional eater and a nighttime eater. And despite eating disorder, food people, and books about mindless eating and emotional eating, I met Illana, she said 3 words to me or 4 words to me, and it was stuck in my head, and it's literally helped me after 25 years of nighttime, after dinner, mindless eating, just solve that. I'm like, wow, that was just unbelievable. So, and there's so many other amazing principles, but I'm so excited, so passionate about this program. And I can't believe we're at the front door. So, and the only thing I would say is that we've had 2 of these calls. So Carl thought it was a great idea for people to get to meet her and know her. You're going to get so many details about this program at Super Saturday. So you might ask Illana a question that she doesn't answer. That's because we've asked her not to. And the people who've run the coach calls we've done so far have been in her test group. So they've sort of moderated and introduced her. So I just wanted to be sure to say hi and introduce her, since Julie, you don't really know her yet, but you will. And they've been sort of moderating and asking the questions. So she's going to sort of tell you about herself and go through a whole bunch of, explain the program, who it's for, what you can hope to achieve, and answer all your questions. So anyway, I just welcome you guys, and I'm excited, and I'm going to hand it off to Illana.
So Laura, we'll see you in Indianapolis. Will you be here in June?
Well, I believe they're in June. What's in
Summit, a little event called
Oh my God, sorry. Why do I keep forgetting it's in Indianapolis? I'm like, is there another event that I'm not aware of? Yeah. Why is it Indianapolis? I still think it's in Nashville. Yes, you will absolutely.
Perfect.
You'll absolutely see me at Summit. And I'm going to stay on the rest of the call. So if you have any questions, you can stay on. I'm just going to mute myself.
Okay, perfect.
Bye. Hi.
Ilana, do you want to just jump right in and kind of tell everyone about yourself? As Lara mentioned, I haven't been in the test group, so we talked a little bit at leadership in Las Vegas, and so I feel like I know you a little bit, and through being on the coach advisory board a little bit, I feel like I have some background knowledge. But I think that we're coming into this with very, very fresh, open eyes, and we're excited to learn. And anything, if you want to kind of start at the beginning and talk to us about yourself, and I will remind everyone too on the call, first of all, hit speaker view so it doesn't look like the Brady Bunch and you just see Ilana, because she's gorgeous and you need to have her filling your screen. Make sure you're taking good notes, and also always remember that you're keeping everything muted so that we have a nice clear recording. We will provide this recording later in the team page for anyone that wasn't able to be on this time slot. No big deal. So hit that speaker view, make sure you're muted. Let's get ready to take some notes.
So funny. I like the opposite. Like, I want to see less of me and more of all of you beautiful people. Hi, everyone. I'm Illana Julie. Thank you so much for organizing this. You're amazing. I've been following you and creeping on your social media pages for longer than you realize. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy you're all here. I'll definitely start by just giving you a little bit of background about myself. If you don't know. So yes, I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I have a long academic background in nutrition and dietetics. It's always been my passion to be a leading expert in the field. So I went for my master's. I went for all the degrees I needed for have that credibility and to speak to different issues and other dietary restrictions. But you guys will probably know and relate to me more for my personal story and just personal experience with weight loss that you can only really experience if you have to lose 100 pounds and keep it off like I have. So, so I guess I started as I guess you start as a normal kid. You start as a normal weight child. But through, I think just my parents getting divorced at a really young age, and then getting remarried, and then getting divorced, and then we just moved around a lot. I think I just kept expanding year after year. And I was told since a very, very, very little kid that I'm gaining too much weight, I'm overweight, I need to diet, I need to lose weight, I need to control what I'm eating, and everything else, being shamed about, eating half the refrigerator or eating more takeout food that was designed for the whole family that this little 7-year-old somehow demolished herself. So just food has always been a struggle for me, something that had negative attention on me that I never wanted to have to deal with, but I had to. And of course, I had very small friends and always felt like the outward one. But my weight just kept climbing more and more. And it was actually when I was 8 years old that I went to my doctor's appointment, which I always dreaded, right? If your health isn't in a good place, the doctor is the scariest place to go. So my pediatrician, my doctor, told my parents at 8 years old that it was no longer okay, and she was no longer going to sit back, and that they would have to send me to weight loss camp. And I had to leave all my school friends in the summer and go to weight loss camp as an 8-year-old. I had to go for over 2 months and take nutrition classes and go on the scale and do all these crazy workouts and get pre-portioned food online. So I can lose weight in the summer just to be normal. And it would feel good though. The bottom line is, luckily at a young age, I kind of associated weight loss with summer camp. So, and I liked it, I liked coming back and having everyone say, wow, you look so much better. And I was feeling better, but unfortunately I wouldn't apply it. So I would kind of just gain all my weight back in the school year, and more. And so then I would go back to camp in the summer and lose weight and gain it all back and more the school year. So I have a very early experience with yo-yo dieting, unfortunately. And I did that motion for longer than I care to admit, I think 7 years. And it was horrible. It was a horrible mindset that I'd be in, that I would, just care every summer and then let it go. And I knew I had to change my mindset, change my perspective, and just end this yo-yoing struggle for good. I was just sick of it, sick and tired of it. So going into high school, I was enough's enough. I gotta get it together. I gotta find a better way. But I love food. I love lots of food. I love big, enormous portions of food. I think you would all be amazed at like how much food I eat. I think people are always really shocked. That I do. I eat food. I like food. I like to eat a lot of food. I like to go out to restaurants. I like to travel. I think, food is experiential and it should be something enjoyed. So I just had to figure out a way to do that while still losing weight and keeping my weight off. And I did. And thankfully I've been able to then go get my degrees and study nutrition and learn more. And then also, luckily, once I became a dietitian, I was hired from UCLA, and UCLA basically like threw me into start leading these very large scale weight loss seminars. So I would get like 100 UCLA employees every semester, and then I would teach them I would have them for 12 weeks and lead like these weight loss seminars. So, semester one, like I just kind of threw it out there. Like, this is what's been working for me. This is what I've seen in research, what's working. And then everyone really lost a lot of weight. And then I was like, what if I tweak this and that? And then the next semester they lost a little more weight. And then the next semester, and I ended up teaching it for 10 semesters. And the average weight loss went from 12 pounds in 12 weeks to like 24 to 26 pounds in the 12 weeks, just by kind of keep working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different personalities and people. I started to really filter down like what really, really, really works for everyone across the board. I had a daughter. I mean, lots of things. Now I'm 8 months pregnant. I don't know if you guys know that. About to be another one, hopefully. A lot of, obviously, life gets in the way. I worked with a lot of people, but I really thankfully then met Beachbody, and I was like, I have a system. And so I met Laura and Beachbody about 2 years ago, and I was like, I have a perfect program. Let's just launch. I'm telling you, it works. And they were like, all right, we don't work that way. We do this right. And we take our time and we develop brilliantly. And thankfully I partnered with Beachbody, who like took everything I was doing that was really working so well. And now it's like, it's just extraordinary. Because they just have a way of making it just incredible. And Laura's a genius, and everyone at Beachbody is just like brilliant. And what we've come together here is such an amazing thing. I can't wait for you guys to do it. We've now tested it on over 300 people, Beachbody employees included, plus 4 test groups. And it just works. It really works. People are losing weight. They're losing weight happily. They're losing weight eating a lot. They're losing weight not feeling restricted, not cutting anything out, living their life. I mean, with these test groups, people have still been traveling. People have still had kids. Their kids go to the emergency room. One woman has getting through a divorce. Like life will still happen. I wish I could stop any negative things from happening in people's lives. But the cool thing is running these test groups and running them. We have one test group that's running over a year now, is seeing that you could still go through life. You could still go through the ups and downs and struggles and holiday season and family season and all this, and still lose weight with a positive mindset through it out. So people are losing weight, but they're also keeping it off, which is really my mission. So right when we come out, I'm very excited for all of you to post your before and after pictures of month 1 and month 2, month 3, month 4, and like that classic Beachbody, like show your proud results. But like, I personally won't even feel happy and satisfied or well until a year after launch, when I see that everyone's lost their weight and they have kept it off so seamlessly and effortlessly. Because that's what really makes me so excited, is that this program really not only helps you lose weight really effectively, but it gives you all the tools you need to actually keep it off this time, so you never have to lose weight again. That's the goal.
Okay, so you want to dig into sort of, I know that, well, I saw you allude to the launch dates I think on your Instagram. So
May 2nd.
Okay, May 2nd. So I'm not sure that we all knew that, but you put it out on your Instagram. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, and I saw it. So
May 2nd. I've been leashed. And so I get small things I get to unleash. So yes, May 2nd, it comes out, which is super exciting. I think everyone's ready. Everyone's pumped. It's great. I mean, I'm so excited for all of you to do it. A lot of people are wondering like, who's this for? It's interesting, like, because we've kind of seen through our recent test groups, it's kind of for everyone. Like the first test group we did, we took like 50 to 60 people living in like the New York area, not really coaches, just like a teacher, a stay-at-home mom, a guy who's an actor, like, just like really like not really Beachbody affiliated people who just need to lose like 30 to 50 pounds or more. We've had people lose 100 pounds, 80 pounds, several, like I think 15 people lose over 70 pounds, and they're still keeping it off and doing amazing. So obviously our first test group, we wanted to see like, yes, this is a very effective weight loss program. But then when we started running the coach test groups, the interesting thing is that we had a lot of coaches like Julie, like super fit and, trim and do the program or go through the test group because they just want to learn about it. And it's just been tremendous hearing their testimonials, because some of them are even more impactful than other people's, because they're saying like, you know what, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose. I did this just to observe. But in the meantime, my whole relationship with food has just improved. There are a lot. So this is definitely a program for anyone who needs to lose 5 to 200 pounds. But also there are a lot of people who are fit and trim, but still might have a negative relationship with food, in that they overeat a piece of cake and they feel like they have to do a double workout the next day, or they eat something and they feel like they were bad, or they cheated, or get guilty or angry, and all of that gets solved and released. And part of your just past with the 2B mindset, which is a supremely positive approach to eating and life. So there's no guilt, there's no cheating. You can't cheat on this program. You can't, like, there's no, like, it really removes all of that negative tension and perspective that we carry around eating. And it's really just a purely approach. Like, I love the line someone said, is like, it's just a breath of fresh air approach to weight loss. And
I love seeing it come out of Beachbody, because I think we can get that sort of reputation that we're all about those breathtaking before and afters, which are life-changing and important. But as you said, there are lots of other kinds of befores and afters and in progresses that are every bit as important. And I love the addition to the catalog that's nutrition-based. I love a shift in mindset where it's not solely about weight loss. I love a shift in mindset where it's about a relationship with food and healthy living and a lifestyle, and not some sort of quick fix. And I don't know that we've I don't know that we've been there, but I love that mindset coming in and really permeating more of the Beachbody culture in general. So it becomes this, of course you're working on, of course you're eating healthy, of course you're drinking your shit, because that's the mindset, that's the lifestyle, rather than this diet or this program. This is just sort of the way you live. Of course I'm getting up and pressing play. Because that's my life, So I love to see that. So when it releases on May 2nd, and it's funny you say that it feels like it's been forever, because we talked about it in the Coach Advisory Board meetings, like when was that, like November. So I think that's an eye-opener too, maybe for coaches to understand that it takes a long time to get this.
It's a perfect example that like all good things take time, like the program is really amazing. Like if you are an emotional eater, which I really think everyone is, whether they realize it or not, sometimes it comes up while you're doing this program. Like you realize, like, I never thought I was an emotional eater, but then, I did like get really anxious about something, and I did go straight to that ice cream. Like, like you start to, like, things come up. But a lot of people keep asking, like, is there a time frame on this program? A lot of people say, like, is this a 3-week program? Is it a 3-month program? Because a lot of Beachbody programs, like 80-day obsession, 21-day fix, 3-week yoga retreat, do come with some sort of timetable. And this doesn't. One, because, like it, you're first of all, once you get the 2B mindset, you really have it forever. So like when you do this program and you learn how I walk you through, like, how to look at food groups and how to look at different foods and how to set up your meals, it's like you kind of like I'm going to teach you so much of how to look at food in such a sensible way that it's hard to ever look at it in like that a different way again. Like you have like these tools with you forever that will always help you. So that's why you actually keep it off. But it's also like you have to have reasonable expectations. Like Julie said, like you have to be in the mindset of like, this is the big thing that people are that you should start even before the program comes out, like you should start wrapping your head around, is that this is not like anything else you've ever done. So that's like, this is totally different in such a great way. And I'm not even comparing to like Beachbody programs. Like I'm saying, like, there are so many diets out there. I mean, people are doing keto, people are doing paleo, people are doing Whole30, but it's like, there's like grapefruit diets, cotton ball diet. Like there's just so much out there that people are like messaging me on Instagram, like, is this a soy-based program? Is it okay if I'm dairy-free? Like, yes. Okay. It's so flexible in its approach. It's okay for everyone to do. It's good for every sort of lifestyle. If you work out or if you don't, exercise is extra credit. It's encouraged, but it's not required. So if you or one of the people in your challenge groups has an injury or is elderly, they can still do this program even if they can't work out. This program works if someone has PCOS or someone is breastfeeding or something. I mean, it's very, very flexible approach to weight loss. And that's why it's called a mindset. It's not called a diet, because even though there are guidelines, and I'm going to show you like recommendations for how you should eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and everything like that. It's so flexible in its approach, and it's really you steering the wheel and taking my recommendations, but creating your own system so you can actually have it forever and make it work with you and your lifestyle. So you could have any sort of eating restriction or this or that and still do the program. You could work out, not work out, and it's going to take as long as you need to lose weight. So if I don't want to make any promises, and Beachbody would probably kill me if I said this, but from running all the test groups and from having private clients, what I see is like, it really comes down to how much motivation and effort you decide to put in. So if you decide to put in a lot of effort, it's amazing. And it doesn't come down to like the youngest person in the group or the guys versus the girls, or all these things you might have told yourself in the past. It really comes down to who just wants it the most and who's really motivated. Honestly, like seriously.
So wait, are you saying that it's like life? Is that what you're saying? That it's like life that way? That's cool.
It's like, it's fascinating. Sometimes you expect the men to lose more than the women, or the women under 35 to lose more than the women over 55. And it's just not the case. It's literally, we've had women, the women who are going through menopause are the ones who are like already down 40, 50, 60 pounds from our test. Like, it's really just open your mind to the fact that this is different, and really like what you put in is what you get out. And if you do put in the effort, I'm seeing an average weight loss of about like 8 to 15 pounds a month, let's say. But the coolest thing about the program is that it actually gets easier with time. So one coolest part about the program that we've seen consistently in running all of our test groups, this is going to blow your minds, because I really think this is like nothing else that's ever existed, but people truly doing the 2B mindset, people lose more weight or the same, if not more weight, you typically in month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, than they necessarily even did in month 1. So if you did a program in the past where you like only ate grapefruit for a month and you lost 20 pounds and then you gained 24 days later, then you're not going to want to compare that to your progress in this. Because while this might feel a little slower in a sense, you'll see that it'll be permanent, consistent, and you're going to be eating big, filling, satisfying meals along the way. So if you have 70 pounds to lose, like expect it to take time, but expect it to feel happy and fulfilling and progressive every step of the way. And you'll see consistent results month to month.
Since you're learning more about the mindset and your relationship with food as
and yourself.
Yeah.
Totally. Because you'll see from day one, I'm never going to prescribe you eat X, Y, and Z. So I'll show you, like, it kind of makes sense to have like ABCD4, 9, 2, 6, and 7. Like, I'll kind of like show you overall general things, but no two people are the same. So you're not like Rachel Takulo is not going to lose weight the same way as Patty Welsh or as Miranda Elias or as Kelly Johnson. Like, we're all going to lose weight differently, and you're not even going to lose weight eating the same foods that you might have done 10 years ago, before your kid or before. So it's like every person's different. We all have different sleeping schedules, workout schedules, family life, like everything. So it really comes down to creating your own system. And I just show you all the tools to get there. So month 1, it's like trial and error. What works best for me? What doesn't? What this and then that. So the first month, it's like you'll lose weight, but it's also like going to feel like you're putting in maybe the most effort. But then the beauty is that the more effort you put in, the more effortless it becomes. And then it's like, once you figure out what works for you, it's like, boom, you just stick with like what you've decided is your best, happiest, most delicious meals, most fulfilling schedule, like everything. And you just stick with it and you just keep dropping weight, which is great.
Okay, so I know we only have about 20 minutes left. So let's talk logistics quickly, as much as you can. And then folks, go ahead and put questions in the chat.
Yes, I can answer them.
Thinking them, and then we'll start to go through those as well. So you have an opportunity to actually ask her some questions too. So logistics-wise, we worked really hard to make sure this did not roll into Beachbody On Demand, that it's sort of its own platform. So on May 2nd, when To Be Mindset debuts and launches and is out there for everyone to get, what do they get? Sort of what does that look like when they open that up or they unlock that? What are they looking at?
Okay, great. So the coolest thing is that it's a video-based program. So the same way that like when you're doing Sean Week, you like freakishly feel like Sean is in your living room, it's going to feel the same way. Like Beachbody has that incredible ability to really make it feel like that super trainer is like in your ear, like pushing you along the way. And that's what it's really going to feel like. So it's literally going to be like that. Like this is kind of like, it's going to feel like you're in my private practice office in Beverly Hills. And rather than spend a exorbitant amount of money for one session, you're going to pay like a third of that for like the equivalent of 25 sessions, which is like really extraordinary. So it's video based. It's about like 20 videos, I think 26, where I break down the principles, everything, and any question you might have, we pretty much made a video for. So what if I'm traveling? There's a video for that. But what if I want to eat more? Like I'm a volume eater and I like to eat more. There's a video for that. There's what if I have a daytime event or a nighttime cocktail event? There's a video for that. What if the scale goes up? Like then what do I do? What if I hit a plateau? Like there's literally, what if I don't cook and I order in takeout? It's literally me sitting at a table with a stack of menus this big. Let's do Japanese. Let's do Chinese. Like there is literally a way to navigate this through any aspect of life. We've kind of like covered everything. So that's in about like 26 videos. Sure, you could binge watch and watch them all in one day or one weekend, but I do recommend go at your own pace because every one video, every one principle can add 10% to your overall weight loss success. So even if you just stopped at the first video, you could still lose 30 pounds. So, and then it's like every extra video kind of just like enhances it. So I recommend like watching a principle, mastering it, and then taking on the next one. But then of course there are gonna be some people who are just gonna want to binge watch them all in one day, and like that's fine too. And there's some people who are like, I got it, I learned it, I got it, I'm good to go. And they just rock it from there. So I think everyone's different. So we're trying to not be overly prescriptive on how people take it in. But I do recommend like always kind of rewatching. And then we have recipes coming out, delicious recipes, recipe videos. Hopefully we'll have more to come, but we have a good amount to start. And then a bunch of other tools and resources that will be more explained at Super Saturday.
Okay, so they'll open up this platform that is the To Be Mindset platform. It's video based. Is there, and you might not be able to answer this, is there anything that is coming to their home to unbox? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely amazing. Like that, by the way, that's where like Beachbody really comes in extraordinary handy. I mean, between Caitlin, who works in the New York office, who's like so brilliant at making guides and lists and beautiful things in the creative department and everything, like the tools you're getting are just going to be such a huge enhancement to everyone's progress and growth. And then of course we're going to have an app, which I'm super excited about, except it's not, I haven't even been able, it's definitely not ready yet. So hopefully it's like a down the line, that will be something that will be added and enhanced, but it's not something that I can speak to yet because it takes time to build a really good one.
Okay, I see a couple questions. How long are the videos?
Okay, the videos they range from like 4 minutes to there's like one of me in a grocery store and you're literally going to walk in like it's so fun. You're just going to come with me along food shopping. So that's going to take like about 30 minutes because I could talk a lot in a grocery store.
That's amazing though. My gosh, that's incredible.
But it's so crazy because I have like 10 years of good teaching people about a principle that we've whittled into a 4-minute video. So it's like a part of me is like, I can't believe like a topic that I could literally lecture at UCLA about for 2 hours. We got into a 4-minute video just because we rehearsed well and we, tailored in the most important points. But like, it just goes to show you like, while they're so fast, just make sure you are okay rewatching them constantly for that constant reinforcement, because it might seem easy to watch. I hope it feels easy to watch, but there's a lot jam-packed in, and it could take like watching twice, which you could do on the toilet. Like you don't have to like be on a treadmill doing it. Like you could I just recommend like keep watching it until it's like really embedded and you have it with you forever.
So this is a 2-part question from Amanda. First, will Shakeology be a part of it? And 2, the containers. And that's interesting because I have no idea what you're going to say about the containers, but I do know that you said a couple times it's not like anything that we've ever done. So people are so comfortable with the containers that, of course, that's a natural question. So if you want to address both those.
Yeah. So the question about so this is not like the containers at all. They're like they don't really go together. And so I encourage you, you could use the containers if you're so used to using them and they're a comfort thing. Like you can use them while doing this a little bit. Like you might want to, put your protein in there. Like if that feels good for you, like you can totally use them, but you definitely don't have to. And it's definitely a different program. I think Carl at Leadership said it, that it's how Carl Deichler looks at it is kind of, it's like one is an external control system. So like you put your food in this external devices, like the containers, and the 2B mindset's more of like an internal control system. And that's how he sees it differently. So I don't really it's a lot of people have done this program that have done the containers in the past. And I think they're thankful they did the container program, because I think that gave them like a really good step into learning about nutrition and understanding portions and stuff like that in a way. This kind of takes it to like just a different level, where I always say, like, if you have eyeballs and a mouth, you can do this program. So you could do this in Tahiti. You could do this at a Sunday barbecue. You could do this on St. Patrick's Day. It's kind of like you will probably feel like it's like that. Like it's an internal control. Like as long as you have the 2B mindset, you could be traveling and still lose weight. You can kind of take this with you wherever you are without needing any sort of external controls in that way.
So another question, which I think you've probably answered as well, is it more of an intuitive eating type of program and learning that way of lifestyle?
Yeah, so I don't really like to use the words like mindful eating or intuitive eating, because I feel like it seems like kind of draggy, and it makes people think like they're going to be like meditating on one raisin for 20 minutes, which is like what people do in mindful eating seminars and stuff like that. So you're not going to be eating mindfully like on a rock somewhere meditating, but with the tools of the program, you will realize that you are subconsciously eating more mindfully, without me having to like shove it down your throat. It's like you'll realize that you're not, you're probably just gonna gain an awareness where you're not really just like eating M&Ms while behind the steering wheel, because you're just gonna be thinking about it all differently, and you're approaching how you eat and what you put in your mouth differently. If that makes sense.
Will you be running any sort of group, sort of like Autumn is doing for 80 Day? Will you be running something that will help walk people through it the first time?
I'm not supposed to say.
Hi. Oh yeah. Well, hi. There's time in here. Hi, I'm back. Yeah, I know. I feel so bad. Oh my God. I'm like, she's getting assaulted in this call. I'm like, no one ever asked for these details. No, it's all good. But I mean, just 2 things, just like 3 things. One, in terms of, obviously all of our fitness programs, it's day by day, following a workout routine. And this is a totally different approach because it's a weight loss program and it's a way of eating. So basically there's a series of videos. You'll learn Illana's philosophy and then all the tools and how to implement it into your life. You are absolutely getting a box of great stuff. There'll be tons of PDFs, but you're going to get a box of really awesome stuff. all going to be revealed to you at Super Saturday. So that's super exciting. In terms of obviously it's not a container-based program. And I think that's going to be a change for a lot of people to change their mindset about containers. But as Carl, to Illana's point about external versus internal controls, it's a great way to look at it. But also I think as you guys, you'll learn the program and then you can decide whether this program is right for your customer or the containers. I think you have to understand your customer and then you'll be able to best, prescribe the right program. But when you see it, you'll understand how they're just two totally separate programs and two totally different approaches to eating. The coach group. So all the details about launch and pricing and all that stuff is coming at Super Saturday, but don't share this. But yeah, she is going to run a group. We think it's really, really important. I love the so she's going to run a coach group. I think
that's exclusive. That's just exclusive to our team. So we just got that.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't told that to anyone.
Yeah, don't share that everywhere. I'll lose my job. But yeah, she will be running a coach group. I mean, it's been so huge and instrumental with 80 Day Obsession. It's just great for you guys as coaches. You're going to have, and you get to experience what all the coaches who are in the test groups have gotten to experience. So it's sort of a must-have, and I think just
I love it. Like, it's my favorite.
Like, loves it. She's literally like, very first New York test group a year ago, she's still in the group every single day. She's still in the first coach group, the second group, the third group, like literally it's all night long. Did you see? I'm like, I can't even keep up with all of it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love hearing from you guys. So I really hope now that we're talking about this, which feels so crazy and sinful, but I really
and one thing also on the emotional eating side, one of the last coach conversations we had, they were kind of like, how's Carl positioning this program? And Carl, I think you'll probably hear him talk. He hasn't really started talking about it yet, but he will. And we obviously wanted everyone to complete 80 Day Obsession before there's like focus on another product and product launch. But he's very keen on what I think one of my most favorite things about Illana's program is the mindset. It's like, I worry sometimes people hear mindset and think it's like an emotional eating or a mindset thing. It's really not. What I love, Carl will talk about it as perfect program for people who have to deal with emotional eating. But what I love about Illana and this program is when I first was meeting with her and learning the program, I just kept saying, like, well, what about emotional eating? What about emotional eating? And she's like, just settle down. Like, it's all, what the beauty of it is it deals with emotional eating without ever having to really talk about emotional eating. It's just like all of a sudden these like self-realization, like you're just going to start realizing things about yourself and your eating, like on your own. Like nobody's shoving it down your throat. There's nothing to be intimidated about. It's just like, everyone just starts becoming aware of things and habits. And it's so cool. I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, you are not going to be meditating, eating, or anything. It's just nothing. It is just so real and relatable. And like, yeah, it's hard to explain.
You guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. So sick. What other?
Well, I see a couple that are a little bit more specific, and I think that I think as coaches too, we've been doing this a while, and Lara knows this too. We can get caught up a little bit in some of the little finite details that we just really don't need to worry about right now. So we're all going to learn more at Super Saturday, Super Sunday, and
that's by the way. Yeah, if I can give one really, really strong piece of advice here, is because you're all coaches and because I've worked with coaches, it's like one thing which I love about you, because I am like the same way, is like it's quick to go into like, how am I going to position this? How am I going to make this my business? How am I going to, and gosh, if you go straight there, you will then miss the opportunity to really get these benefits for yourself. And I really, let me just explain it like this. Okay. This is the most contagious program on earth in the best way possible. It is super contagious. There's even like a business book called Contagious, and it's talking about like why some things are contagious, why Colgate takes on and everything. And I'm like pinching my husband. I'm like, I'm scared because this is like, everyone's going to be doing 2B mindset in like 5 years. Like, no, like I think Carl originally wanted to like position this as like the end of dieting, like, it's such a smarter way of looking at food and eating, and it's so freeing and it's so positive and it's so wonderful that I really encourage you to just take this on your own, because if you do this and you give this gift to yourself and you focus on yourself, I promise your customers will be clawing at your feet. They'll be like, give this to me. I want this. Tell me everything you did. I want to do what you're doing. You look happier than I've ever seen you. You look slimmer than I've ever seen you. You look fit. You look like you're enjoying life and still losing weight. How is that possible? I want to know more. And you're going to get that response like literally almost immediately. So I really recommend, rather than focusing first on business and then maybe you as an aftermath, I beg you, please do this program for you. Enjoy it. Get the most of it. Make it awesome. And then I promise everything else sorts itself out. And the coaches who've done this program, even without being able to talk about it or coach people through, already say their businesses have just improved because they just feel like they're having a more positive mindset about a lot of things, or they just have a better way of addressing things and responding to things, because you get a lot of those great life tools and positive just outcomes from just doing this program. So I know it's like all the coaches are so anxious to get focused on like the business aspect, but I swear you do this and like your kids are going to improve, your neighbors, the people in your church, like everyone will just like want to know more, want to learn more. And all the customers that you couldn't maybe tap into before because they didn't want to do an intense workout program, something like that, like they'll come crawling. We have like 66% of America is either overweight or obese. Like we have millions of people to help that are going to benefit from this program. So you will get them all and more. But please just first do this for yourself.
And that might be a little shift in mindset, no pun intended, that when the program comes out, it's maybe not a rush for us to let's get a challenge group going right on April 2nd, which, Carl, I don't know how he'll message that or not, but it reminds me a little bit of the 21-day reset, where it was that same sort of concept, like experience this yourself so that you can then better coach someone through it after you've experienced it yourself. So not rushing to go, okay, it comes out May 2nd, I better get my challenge group. No, maybe we all just need to get it and learn and experience it ourselves, and then think about a challenge group later, as you said, as we're experiencing the results and people are seeing that, and we become those walking, talking billboards, and people want to more naturally be a part of this. So I think that it's a program that we just need to relax a little bit, and it's going to come out. We're going to learn about it, and we're going to experience.
Listen, I'm the same way. Like I'm a coach, like as a dietitian, like as someone. Like I decided to make this my career because I wanted that personal accountability of not just losing weight myself, but like if I have to be, I want to be a role model to everyone else to hold myself personally accountable and ensure that that's why I love all of you. That's why I love the idea of coaches. That's why I want everyone to be a coach, and to coach this is because it only holds you to that. So I get it and I love it. I want you to, to treat yourself to benefits as well. Sure. And
touch just briefly before we go on Shakeology. Yay, nay?
Yeah. Oh my God, the yayest.
That's my new expression now, the yayest.
I have Shakeology every day. My husband has Shakeology every day. My daughter has Daily Sunshine every day. When the bars come out, I will also probably have. They're so good. If you guys haven't tried them, those bars are freaking delicious. I'm like counting in the days. Yes, Shakeology fits perfectly into the program, of course.
Yay! That makes everyone very happy. I know. So now you know that. So that's a good thing. So you know the release date. It's a video program. You can still have Shakeology. There's nothing else you need to know right now. That all you need to know. Just get to Super Saturday, or in our case, Super Saturday.
And just be excited and have an open mind and just trust the process and ask me any questions and you can I'm so now that your group is the only group that knows, I'm please all be part of it and make sure that you're in it and part of it, because I could tell I already love you all. And I want to hear from you, and I want to walk you every step of the way, and I want to be there for you, because that's going to be such a thing that like no one else is going to be able to get, like that's just such a small time thing that I really want everyone, as many people as possible, to take advantage of.
And don't tell anybody, please. It's Lara. Please don't tell God, please don't tell
anybody. So you're awesome, and we just adore you. Like, you're the coolest, and I think this is going to be so stinking cool and such a great asset in addition to our catalog again. That God, this company just continues to blow me away on the regular with what
Me too. I'm obsessed.
My gosh, we are the revolution, and so welcome to it. We're so glad that you're a part of it, and this is very exciting, and we're excited to learn more on Super Saturday, Super Sunday, and to welcome you to Indianapolis in June.
Oh, can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yay. Well, thank you so much. We had such a great time. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Bye.